All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
It's been a while since we've used the laptop. I don't know if we went about this the right way. Okay, people are coming in. Hey, y'all.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it. We're gonna let everybody come on in. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna try to turn it to the side. Sweet. Is that better?
It is better.
It's better.
You
Can
can
I
scoot that
adjust?
back some
All
too.
right, because I went all up on my. Oh no. Hey, y'all. We're just waiting for everybody to get back in. Um, Here I'm gonna try to adjust it. Try to adjust it because we're coming from the cellular device because we just didn't want to fidget with the laptop. We didn't even want to because it may take a second to get everything situated.
I'm just going to the profile.
Okay.
There we go.
Shalom, shalom.
Here we go.
Aw.
There we
you, you're so sweet. You're so sweet,
go. Hey,
sis.
y'all.
Delisha, you're so sweet. Thank you. All right. Everybody's trickling back in. Appreciate y'all.
Sorry about
Just
the
a little,
technical difficulties
yeah,
there.
yeah. It's been a really long time since we used that thing. Plus, we let one of our oldest child does her work, her school work on it, but we let the other ones. They kind of got to it here or there, the little ones, and my laptop. So that thing has been hanging on for dear life for a minute, for a
Mhm.
long minute. But shalom, shalom to everybody coming in the building, everybody that's gonna view this after. We hope everybody's doing well. Um, yeah, there we go. Give me
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
okay. Awesome. I didn't want to make it fall.
I'm sorry.
No,
This
you're
is
okay. It's still leaning. Hold on, let me see.
this is pulling
Oh,
like that. All right.
that's right.
There we go. All right.
That's so much better. Okay, okay. So y'all, so like we were saying before, it sounded like we was swimming underwater. Um, there's been a lot going on in our personal lives as well as in you know with our nation, as far as our Israelite nation as well as in the world. There's a lot going on, and so we just with it in light of everything, we were like, man, we gotta get on, we gotta chop it up, and just come visit with the family, let y'all know that we okay, y'all, and see how everybody's doing, and just like let's talk, y'all, because it's wild, it's buck wild
It
right
is
now.
buck wild. It is, but it's at a state now that I haven't seen as long as I've been alive. I'm only 37, but there's so much, especially with the inauguration and everything, and people's reactions toward it, which we're going to get into. Um, this is unlike any time period that I've witnessed, especially as far as elections go. Uh,
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. I've been on edge. Y'all, I didn't even want to work. To be quite honest, like especially like the night before Sunday, I was like, Father, please let this be my let this be my last day. I'm enjoying myself. Definitely enjoying myself. I got my first job in a fine dining restaurant, so finally really doing the chef thing. And so really excited about that. But all that said, I'm like, Father, let this be the last day. You know what I mean? Because we're obviously we've been holding on for a minute and watching these things unfold. You know, um, just event after event, and just the build up. Um, watching it and kind of riding that train, riding we've been on a ride, y'all, and it's just like, okay, Father, like when is our exit? You know what I mean? When is our exodus out to where we're supposed to go? And so all that being said, I didn't know if it was gonna pop the night before, the day of, but you know, sitting back and assessing things, and what the picture looks like, with the picture that's being painted, it's like, okay, um I see where this is possibly going. And so we just want to talk to you about that. Anything
mhm,
you
mhm.
wanted to say, honey?
Um, I'm just gonna go off the notes that I that at least the bullet points that we briefly, put together. Um, this nation is under the midst of a massive setup,
Yeah. Yeah.
a massive setup, a massive letdown.
Yes.
And it's not a case of if, it's a case of how and when the setup's going to happen. And specifically talking about this election, um, we got no dog in the fight of the election. I'm purely responding off of people's reactions and how people view this election.
Yeah.
How they view it. How people the climate of the political scene and how people view this returning president. So just to recap, right? Um, before before this election, it seems like the American people were being sold a dream,
Yeah.
and the first thing you have to do, especially in the political theater, is set up your protagonists and your antagonists, things like that, right? And um, for a good portion of what I remember as far as presidents, the Republican Party hasn't necessarily, in the eye of the public, been the side where the protagonist sits. And this is just a general statement. I'm not saying I'm no professional, I'm no political scientist or analyzer. I'm just just checking the forecast, just looking at what people, because I listen to people. I work in the general public, so I listen to people. We haven't been on in a while, but we've been current, as far as um, different content creators and different lectures and different conversations. We have been paying attention, right? And there has not been such a stark contrast in polarity in the policies. In any other election, most elections, and y'all, let me know, if I'm right about this. Most presidents, when they come in, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm better than the last guy," and that's pretty much it. Like, that's it. But at this point, Trump is being made into some type of messiah, um, some American messiah. And if we can just talk briefly, I'm going to let you share your thoughts. There has been, stark contrast in where the American people, well, how should I reword this? There's the policies the things that Trump are promising, the things that Trump is promising to put forth have been amazing. He said everything that any person that might desire, a just nation, the political scope of things has really been put in the corner of people who want this country to be so-called great. As for example, Trump promises to end this and end that, to make sure that you can only call yourself this and that, or that this and that will be revealed. Different things that I'll say, us conspiracy theorists or truthers or Trojan horse, exactly. People who desire righteousness in this country, regardless of your race, creed, religion. Things to be put back in their former position of greatness. things, with the, the alphabet community, if y'all know what I'm saying. Um, but I think it really started with the assassination attempts, and it didn't start there. But as far as the people's hearts being given to this man, um, the theater was set up with the I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a fake assassination attempt, to really put Trump in the same conversation with people who have been assassinated, not assassinated attempts, but not the complete assassination, an actual successful assassination, and it's putting Trump in that same category. The 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 difference is though that the rug is about to get pulled from under these people, and you know you got to burn all your idols these days because they come in all shapes and forms, and we are seeing an idol put up, and I'll let you share your thoughts on.
Yeah. So as far as when you're speaking about saying all the correct things, that's how you could tell. Like if you're walking in discernment, you can tell the real from the fake. And so essentially, what he's doing to these people, and I mean, and I've run into people or work with people that are like, oh, he's gonna do it, and he's gonna make it all better, and that glaze, over their eyes, and he's gonna tell us everything, and so on. It's just like he was saying, it's like that person telling you all the things that you want to hear, right? I mean, he's going to stop income tax, and he's going to tax the other people, and we're going to reveal what these drones are, and we're going to and we're going to round up like 9 million people that they let over the border, and we're going to send them all home. Just all the things that they want to hear, he's saying, and I feel, and DJ feels like, when he's saying all the things that they want to hear and hyping it up and getting their hopes up, so that when the rug is pulled and either there's a assassination or whatever the case, that it causes them to lose their mind. For instance, if there was an assassination, that side of things, the right side would be like, oh my God, it was the Democrats, and they didn't want him to do all these great things that he said he was going to do, and so on and so forth. And it's their fault. And I think that with that comes the looking for Israel's guilt, right? Because if they were to to assassinate him, because again, this is all a show. We're watching a show, right? And so everybody's in on it, right? Including him. So if they were to assassinate him, and that would cause the right to fly off the cuff, they're going to be looking for guilt. Now, our faces are on the Democratic Party, essentially. But if you're looking for our guilt, you wouldn't be able to find it, because we have no power. We didn't hire anyone to assassinate him. We didn't do anything. We don't have any power in our hands to do such thing. And so if you're looking to blame the Democrats, therefore looking to blame Black people, right, you wouldn't be able to successfully do that. So, the main point we want to make is that it really is like an act. They're saying all the right things so that when this falls apart, it causes more chaos. Brother Dave, I believe, said order out of chaos. And so, again, that's where we're headed with this. Everything, the scripture that came to mind, I was at work, and when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So right now, everybody's floating on clouds and flying with the butterflies and everything like that. And, celebrating and so on and so forth. And then getting them, getting that emotion up and that hype up.
Can I mention, when I personally was watching the inauguration events, I was just looking at people, and I was looking at comments in the live feed, and there is a cultish almost. Yes. There's almost a cultish following, if not a straight up cultish following, behind this man, and man, I'm losing my thought here. Um, I'm losing my thought because I was listening to the children back there. Um,
Yeah.
what was I thinking about? Oh, yes. So it seems like people are so ready for a American utopia,
Mm-hmm.
a golden age, right? A golden age,
Which is occultic.
right? And people are heavily invested in this.
Yes.
And like I said, I'm not very old, and I haven't been paying that much attention to every single political party,
Presidency throughout
every
the year.
presidency.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that president's job is to talk a good game, and I've never heard talk like this.
No. Yeah.
I've never heard talk like this. I'll say, oh, we'll lower taxes,
Yeah.
right? Or what else?
We'll help the poor, and we'll
fix the schools.
Fix, yeah. But he said all the things. So we're gonna take the LGBTQ stuff out the and are we gonna get flagged for that? We're gonna take the stuff out the schools, right? We're gonna only recognize two sexes. We're going to again, stop this, tax and that, whatever. We're gonna, stop birthright, so on and so forth. A birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
We're gonna round up everybody. We're gonna use local law enforcement. We're gonna use military. We're gonna use whatever we got to ICE to round everybody up and get them out of the country. We're gonna get real heavy into that. It's like you playing a song in their ear, and it sounds so sweet and so good. And once it gets to that part where it's like, oh, it's incredible. Yeah. What were them notes hitting?
And
they're
going to place. I'm not speaking for our people, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking for the people who are invested in this country.
Yeah.
Which some of our people are invested in the way things are going in this country, and are avid voters. And I'm not downplaying that. I'm just speaking as someone who has never voted, and who has always been observant of the scope and the direction of this country. But yeah, he's saying everything that someone who desires this country to get on the so-called right track and to make this country great for the first time. To actually, man, he's
playing the part of the Christian. He's playing the part of I'm righteous and follow me, and Christians vote for me because I'm going to make it right. And so all that being said, they are setting these people up so that they can cause chaos. This right here, is such a chess move. And the people that are, I have to I have to watch the words that I use because I don't want to insult anyone.
I don't know. He said he was going to get rid of free speech bans and things
like that. Yeah, come on now.
We can say what we want.
The people that are gullible, I'll say gullible. Yeah. People that are gullible, they're eating it up, and they're like, finally. But judgment has already been pronounced on this place. This place is already under judgment, right? And the scripture says that Babylon says that she sit as a queen, right? She is no widow, and she shall see no sorrow, right? No sorrow, no loss of children or anything like that. And so when the world, when everyone could see this place crashing down and it's falling and it's crumbling and it's it's just hanging on by a strand, right? This man. People are treating him like he is more than that, but this man is providing them with hope that maybe, just maybe, that this is not the time of United States destruction. That
it's actually the opposite.
Yeah,
it's the rebirth.
It's the rebirth, right?
Coming out of the flames of the phoenix.
Yeah.
And flying into a utopia instead of they're going to a dystopia, but
right.
It's the kind of misdirection that this is mind-boggling.
It's such a game. It's such a mind game. And if you're not walking in discernment, your mind will be like mush in their hands. You know what I mean? And so It is just incredible to sit back and watch because I'm just waiting for them to. I'm waiting for the rug to get pulled, right? Because it's coming. And the one way that I believe that rug could potentially, now there could be a fake assassination. You know, that's one way. I think another way that the rug could be pulled. Okay, so talking all this game about this, rounding people up and sending them back where they came from, right? Now imagine this. Okay, so they're on the news calling out these gangs by name and saying that on this day, on the 21st, it was supposed to be today, on the 21st, we're coming specifically to Chicago. We're going to, disperse 150 ICE agents or whatever, and we're going to take you personally by name, and we're going to bring you out. Now, I got a question, y'all. Let's think in the mind of a criminal. Let's think in the mind of a criminal. Okay. If you were a criminal, say you were them, you were these specific gangs that came over, right? And you were told by the government of the country that you're now living in that on such and such date, we're bringing X amount of people to come and take you, and bring you out of this country. What would you do? Are you going to go willingly, or are you going to fight? Right? 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to fight. And so it's like they want them, they're getting them, like putting them on alert so that when they come, it's something. Then when it happens, right? When it happens, then you got martial law, right? Then you got chaos. Not to mention this supposed Al-Qaeda, 1,000 Al-Qaeda people that are, according to an ex-CIA agent, there we go, ex-CIA agent that says there's 1,000 Al-Qaeda, however you say it, that are in the country that are waiting to do a mass attack at any moment. Okay, so you're trying to tell me that you're going to go round up all these people. Now, my question is, how? Because they're not going to leave without swinging. Number one, and number two, what are you going to do? You're going to go door to door? You're going to go door to door? Because then essentially, how do you determine who is a migrant, who is a so-and-so? You have to, what are you going to knock door to door and ask for paper? You're going to ask for identification? Do we, social security card, birth certificate? How are you going to go about doing this? And so again, it's a pipe dream, but it is a avenue, a road to chaos, right? And so I believe that from all of that, no matter how it flips, no matter how it happens, it's going to lead to our exodus out of here. We're going to have to leave.
There's a definite refugee scenario being put forth because I think that the telegraphing is off the charts, especially if you're really paying attention. And if you remember some stuff just from not long ago, like there being military aged Chinese men let inside the country. Don't forget about the land that China owns in this country.
By military bases.
The Chinese reconnaissance that they caught some Chinese people trying to get recon on different areas, different other military bases. It's just so much that it's easy to forget, and I think that's what they're really relying on, is that we forget all this stuff that's happening, as the abused populace that the American people are, and just line themselves up for the next promise.
Yeah.
But touch specifically on the gangs that they say they're going to extinguish, or all the migrants that they say they're going to extinguish. Given that they don't have CIA directions, and they're really in this country to hold their ground, right? And Trump is saying, "Okay, we coming for you." Shout out Booker T.
Right.
We coming for you. And so my thing is, as a commander or leader of a gang, what would I do? Am I just going to walk out with my arms up and just cuff me? Or is it going to create a warlike scenario?
Yes, all
because
over the
you're
country.
going to need the SWAT team.
Yep.
You're going to need a few small bombs. You're going to need like a heavy tactical, procedures set out in order to actually achieve this. And that's why I don't believe a lick of it.
Yeah.
And that's just me personally, because I don't believe anything they say anyway. But
yeah,
the kind of scenario it's setting up it's like a recipe for chaos.
Yeah, and that's another way to pull the rug out. And that, mind you, the whole entire country, not only with these specific gangs, that's just a small. That's like a teaspoon.
It's just a portion.
That's a teaspoon of the whole dish.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a small portion, because remember, okay, the whole country again is seeded with people that they brought in. They didn't let in, they brought them in. Again, they were on the news, calling them. You have to open up your ears to the language, the specific words they use, but they called them military aged men, right? Mm-hmm. Chinese nationals. Now, mind you, and that's just a portion of it also, because remember, let's think back to when they pulled out of Afghanistan, right? And they said that they were bringing plane loads of Afghanis, right, that didn't have anywhere to go. So they're bringing these plane loads of Afghanis to the United States, and then they're letting them disperse through the country. You don't know who they brought over here on those planes. We don't know the difference between an Afghani and an Iraqi, so on and so forth.
Turkish person, so when
when they say that there's 1,000 Al-Qaeda in the country, it could have very well been that they put them on a plane, right, under the guise of we're helping the Afghanis that need to escape. Right. And put them on a plane. They flew them over here and dispersed them through the country. This place has been rigged to explode. It's a 9/11 waiting to happen, and it's going to happen. And I think that with Trump setting up, or them setting up the stage for this, we're going to do all of this great stuff, and that when it pops off, people are going to lose it. It's going to pop, and I'm literally at this point in time, I'm thinking hours, days. I don't even know about weeks. We don't know time frames, but this is literally now an hour to hour situation. The first time they sent anybody anywhere to grab anyone and try to get them out of this country, that may be the time where the 1,000 Al-Qaeda decide to decide to attack, right? If they're waiting to attack, what are they waiting on? And if you can't be X, but if an ex-CIA agent says that they're going to attack, and it's in the coming days or whatever the case, best believe it's going to happen.
I want to briefly mention a comment that I seen Brother Dave just put up. It was a few comments ago.
Yeah.
But he brought out those about the guillotines that Obama ordered during his presidency, and not just and that made me think of the long game that these Kabbalists and these powers that should not be, the long game that they play. Because I seen a video in 2009, and it disturbed me down to this day, of somebody riding by maybe a FEMA camp or something, newly converted FEMA camp or something like that. It was a ton of big old black coffins lined up, row after row after row after row. I'm like, what you need those for? What is getting ready to happen? This was a very long time ago. This was 2009. And
to Deagle report, if you were to cause chaos and you were to cause people to essentially, you got, if you pull Trump out of the picture, the right wing is going to go insane. So that could cause a civil war.
And it was getting ready to.
A civil war on top of the outsiders that are inside of this country ready to attack.
Trojan horse.
On top of, you know what I mean? It's literally set to explode. They just got to push the button.
Yeah. It's like push the button.
We just
it's like, if it's kind of hard to, even if if you see an attack, a telegraphed attack.
Yeah.
What about 13 telegraphed attacks
from all different angles? 14,
like you see them
15,
coming,
20.
you see this person swinging at you, but this ain't a regular person. It's a person with 20 arms.
Right.
You know, so though they all throwing haymakers, and you think you can, you know,
Block
see what's coming, you know, it's jacked up, the amount of you know, the trajectory of these things and how it seems like it's going to ultimately lead to chaos and a refugee scenario.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
A refugee scenario for the Hebrews getting out of here.
Yeah, yeah. Just be prayed up, y'all. But it has to pop. It's going to pop so that we can get up on out of here. And so when it does pop, I personally foresee, you know, because it's not going to be a safe environment, obviously. So I foresee, you know, how the scriptures talk about the nations bringing us back, the ships of Tarshish. That's of another country. That's of another place bringing us back. I foresee them.
Get your charger.
You gotta get my charger. Okay. I can see them saying, okay, we got to get them out of here. You know, anyway, however the Most High works it out, where they're sending, you know, transportation and stuff for us to come out. You get what I'm saying? Based off of the chaos that has happened, this country is going to explode, and it's just, again, it's exciting. You know, I'm not concerned as far as safety or anything like that. We know that the Most High has us. We know the prophecies. We know that the fall of this place and the judgment of this place is for them. You know what I mean? And we have to be rescued. So it's pretty exciting. It's really exciting, actually, and just looking forward to what the Most High has for us past this. But I wanted to mention that with the chaos scenario, I don't know if you guys heard. I did share this on Facebook, but apparently I forget what military facility it was, but they came out talking about some people broke into a military facility. Now listen, y'all. They said they stole a couple of Humvees. Y'all. Then they stole machine gun mounts. Then they stole like 18 bayonets. Now, if you know what a bayonet is a rifle, right? With a sword or, you know, a knife. It was extended. So more like a sword, whatever, attached to the end of it. Now, I have a question. First of all, I thought we didn't use bayonet. I mean, what is it, 1500s? Okay, first of all. You know what I mean? Like, you got a bayonet? Okay. But anyways, how do you walk into a military facility and steal Humvees, machine gun mounts, bayonets, and all kinds of crazy stuff, and you get away with it? So you're trying to tell me that there was no type of security, no type of X, Y, and Z, no alarm was tripped, the police didn't show up, nobody guarded the place. They just walked in old school with a hairpin. Somebody took a hairpin out their head, took a hairpin out, and stuck it in the knob in the door. You know, they fidgeted it, and they ended up with keys to Humvees. How do you carry out machine gun mounts? I need to know how you carry out machine gun mount. How do you round up? Get them bayonets. They went into the ancient the ancient art, right? What? Ancient you know, the ancient section of the military facility, and they broke in and got the bayonets. They are setting. They let you know. They give you an answer before it happens, meaning
because we could have very well not even known about this.
Yes, but they give you an answer. They want you, they give you someone to blame before it happens. You get what I'm saying?
Person that tells you too much business, like,
right.
I didn't want to know.
I didn't even need to know all that.
I didn't need to know that.
You know what I mean? So here's the thing. So if there's machine gun mounts, and our 13-year-old, our daughter said this, you know, you can put machine gun mounts on top of buildings. You sure can. Even think of that.
She got a video.
Right. So machine gun mounts. Okay. So if you see machine gun mounts, if you see people shooting for machine gun mounts in different types of areas, you already have the answer. What's the answer? Oh, someone broke in and stole that. If you see Humvees rolling down the street, right, then you already got the answer. Oh, they stole that. They really think people are stupid, and unfortunately, some people are not very intelligent. If you believe for a second that somebody went up in there and opened the door and stole. Where did they get the keys from? They hot wired the Humvees? Did they roll down the street in the Humvees? I need to know. Did they do that? Because that's what they're saying. They want you to believe that that's what they're doing.
And then you'll make an excuse in your mind to make it work.
Right. Well, maybe
this is what they did. Maybe they just
right.
Maybe they're just good.
Come on, let's just not. Let's, you know what I mean? We got to do better. We got to do better as human beings. You know what I mean?
And what I see, and what a lot of us understand, is the order out of chaos, the Hegelian dialectic, the problem, reaction, solution. And there's a ton of problems right now. There's a ton of problems. There's a lot of stuff under the rug. And when it gets pulled and it's all revealed, this is how you know they're getting ready to usher in another government.
Yes.
Entirely.
Yes.
Because, in my opinion, one of the reasons why Trump did not put his hand on the Bible,
he did not.
He did not, because this country's done anyway.
He did not.
Why take an oath over a system, a country that's done?
Oh, they don't have keys. Oh, I assume every vehicle had a key. Like,
yeah.
Okay. But still,
probably got a push start on.
Right. Okay.
They should be more. It should be more secure.
Yeah, I mean, when they,
have some people come in and it's wild.
Yeah, that should be that when you said that about Trump not putting his hand on the Bible to swear in, all the Christians that are lifting this man up on their shoulders, you know what I mean? All these people, that should be a red flag to you.
And there's been
but it's not
because
plenty. I mean, just in you got to have zero discernment to think that this man serves the Most High. You got to zero discernment.
And and I don't know how much of the general public's idea of Trump that you have, but they really think that this guy is someone outside of the political parties, right? He is in fact, a Republican, because it's probably better to be a Republican instead of being independent, because you got to fuel the polarity of things. You got to fuel the contrast. Yeah. But people really think that he's a real person, but someone like off the street, like your governor or like your mayor. Like a CEO of an honest company, that just wants to come in and set things right. Yeah. A businessman.
Yeah. Businessman.
Someone who knows how to run America.
Put your mouth stretched out like that.
Just like that. And I've seen people's eyes just glazed over.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's for us.
He's for us. No.
And I'm like, okay, you have a great day.
Right.
There is, like I said before, a Messiah complex that these, especially the people who are invested in the way things go politically, heavy hypnosis. Yeah,
it is, and he is a hustler, but he is a part of this whole, how you talk about the golden age. He's going to bring in the gold. They all are together. They all work together. They all are Luciferians, all of that. And they got one goal, and outside of depopulation is to rule with Lucifer. And so with all that being said, I believe that people have invested so much of their emotion into this man because, again, they see Babylon falling and they're like, oh my goodness, there's no hope. And then this man starts talking all this right stuff. And they're like, finally, there's hope. He's going to turn it around. America's not going to fall after all. And he's going to make the other nations respect us again. According to him, he's going to make the other nations pay us and not pay. And they're not going to take taxes from us. They're going to take it from over there. And, it's sell that dream so hard that when you can almost taste it, when you're getting ready to bite down on it and put your teeth in it, that they take it, they snatch it, in a way, some way of chaos, whatever way it ends up being, however it happens, it's going to lead to chaos. It's going to lead to
the emotional distress that is going to that is going to cover the United States, the emotional distress of someone who has been led on
Yes.
so hard. You know, it's like, you know, taking in a hungry animal and giving them one piece of animal food, you know, and they're looking at you like,
right,
where's the rest of it?
Right.
I'm still hungry.
Right.
You know, it's
yeah.
They're about to get the okie doke, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm reading comments. Oh no.
Orange juice.
Yeah. So y'all has already spoken judgment on this place, and that's what
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that what Christians, and I don't mean people who follow Yahusha and follow the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Christians, your church-going Christians who get a
just
sermon,
see everything is black and modern,
on Sundays and things like that. If you're in your scriptures and if you read your Bible, you know that the course of this country is to doom.
Yeah.
So I don't understand where the hope is coming from, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
well, because they see, because
he talking
that talk. He's talking that talk, and they're like, oh, okay, where it's not over. It's not over. No, it's over.
It's like
it's over.
He's like somebody, coming into the restaurant 2 minutes before they close and ordering, for
Right.
We closed. This nation is closed.
Right, it's closed.
The nation is closed.
It's done.
They're shutting down. They're in the dish room.
Right.
They're cleaning up everything. It's over.
Yep. And it's going to be a hard pill for them to swallow, but that's okay because our ancestors had to swallow that pill of when they got picked up and sent out here. We've had to swallow that pill. We've been eating that sour grape.
Right.
And it's hard for them to imagine that they would ever eat a sour grape for anything they've done or for anything their ancestors have done. And that's okay. You don't have to imagine it for it to be prophecy and for it to be true. And so, again, we're just so excited because it looks like that, in fact, that this is going to lead to our exodus. It's going to lead to us getting out of here. It may look a little, it may look a little hard, Okay, the children are starting to get a little rowdy. Yeah, we try to, y'all. It's like happened to trying to get on. It's like a whole operation. Like trying to put everybody down to sleep. The baby fell asleep finally. Like, okay, our 1-year-old. It's like 1-year-old's asleep. Okay, come on. And I kid y'all not. As soon as we started, our daughter was like, our 13-year-old was like, Lee's awake. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So, but all that being said, y'all, yeah, they don't read and study, most Christians. Yeah, they do rely on pastor words, and I exchanged words with somebody Sunday night. I exchanged words with someone because someone mentioned the fall of Damascus and that being a sign of the end times. Someone that don't even follow y'all mentioned it in the kitchen, right? And one of the servers, one of the servers was like, what she said? She was like, well, they got a bill. Oh, they said about it being the end times. The person said, oh, Damascus was fall. Damascus is supposed to be a sign of the end times. And one of the servers was like, it's not the end times until they build the third temple. And I said, what did she say? And they were like, she said it's not the end times until they built the third temple. I said, that is an interpretation. Okay. And we had a whole exchange, whatever the case. And I was fired up. But anyways, one of the guys that I work with was like, I don't even debate with them because they're Jewish. I said, I'm an Israelite. So, and what? And I said, I'm bloodline. I'm not by conversion. Okay. And I said, I study the word. So anyways, I had to pipe down. But all that being said, you can tell we come from Christianity, right? So we can tell when people are parroting things that they've heard, because we have been guilty of that in Christianity. They teach a certain doctrine, and so therefore you hear it and you parrot it, right? And so it's not until you start studying yourself that you realize that what you've been parroting is not actually true. For the most part, it's not the whole story. It's an interpretation. It's a Eurocentric interpretation, whatever the case. And so, all that being said, a lot of people do parrot what they hear their preachers and their teachers and their whatever the case, whoever they hold over them, as far as teaching them the word, they just copy and say what they say. And so, I'm like, it ain't the end times till the third temple is built. Like, what in the world? Like, girl, you better open your eyes. And so, anywho, all that being said, it just looks like we're getting ready to. It doesn't look like it. Not only looks like, it feels like. You can see if you have any type of discernment. I mean, it's a whole play going on out here, and all we're waiting on, honestly, is how the rug's going to get pulled. And so, that's pretty much what we wanted to discuss with you guys. Just like the weird things, also the drone situation. I know that's been a hot topic, as it should be. Did you guys know that about a week ago? Oh yeah, and about the drone wall, actually, the reprogramming of the drone
wall. I was going to yell across the room and say,
right,
hey, don't forget to talk about that.
I love you too.
Hey,
love you
too. Love
y'all. Shout out to Teo Ministries in the building.
Yeah.
Love y'all. But
y'all my
yeah.
What up, bro?
Okay. But this is why we were talking about the drones, y'all. Okay, did y'all know that a week ago that what her name, Majorie Green, whatever she is.
To look up the exact.
Yeah, can you look up that if you can go on Hal Turner, baby. Yeah, the chemical fault. Yeah, we got we got sick for that. We got sick. Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
How long we been on? Oh, it's about
yeah, no, like I can't. I'll call you soon.
40 something. We got to charge and everything.
Oh, yes, charging. Okay, so as long as if Levi, y'all might get to see Levi again, because Levi come out here, but he might slap the phone. I don't know. But it's in there about the drone situation. But while you're looking for it, y'all, did y'all know that like a week ago, one of the Majorie, whatever her name is, I don't know how to say her name, she was flying into DC, and the pilot said that they had to reroute and come from a different angle because there's an unauthorized drone over the White House. Okay. Mm-hmm. So how is there an unauthorized drone over the White House? Y'all not shooting none of these things down. Y'all, nobody knows what it is. Okay. Yeah, they claim up and down. They swear up and down. This is not the government. This is not. We have no idea, but we're not going to touch them. Number one, there's two things. Either this country is owned by someone else, and you don't actually have the authority to shoot them down. That's number one. Or number two, you know what it is, and you're waiting for them to boom, boom. You know what I mean? Because all it takes is to, okay, prime example. We live in a military town, right? There's an Air Force base in the town. What was it? Probably a few weeks ago? Maybe 2-3 weeks ago?
There was a what?
Remember 2-3 weeks ago, I was in a room. I was in the bedroom, y'all. And I kid you not, it sounded like somebody was on a bicycle with a card. You know how back in the day you ride a bike, you put a card in the wheel, and so it sounded like a motorcycle, but it was real loud, right? And so
let's see what that is. You're gonna have to keep.
Okay, check on the baby.
I can explain it. It's just the terminology.
Dying mad. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. Yes. So on this post, yes. So it was really, really loud, and I went outside. I'm like, that don't sound right. So I went outside and I looked up, and I kid you not, I seen one. Right. So I'm like, oh snap, they in this town too. So all that being said, they're flying over military bases, right? Flying over military bases. They're flying over the White House, and they're not shooting them down. If this was a real country, like say, whoever, you know what I mean? Like the United States is an experiment. The United States is the Truman Show. If anybody's ever seen the Truman Show, the United States is the Truman Show. The whole world is out there. This is just some type of enclosed experiment. A nasty one too. But anyways, all that being said, either you can't shoot them down because you don't have the right to, because this is not your country and it's been sold, right? Or you want these things in the sky so that that's another part of the whole chaos There's different angles, different ways that the rug can get pulled, different ways that chaos can happen, and attack from above, right? And attack or fake assassination attempt on Trump, or you got the so-called gangs or whatever, the people that you're trying to round up, they stand their ground, martial law, or the 1,000 Al Qaeda that are dispersed through the nation, who's apparently waiting to attack any minute, or everything all at once. Okay, can you imagine everything all at once happening? You got this, that. People are going to lose their minds, and we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here. However Yah sets up that ensign, whatever the ensign is that Yah sets up to the nations and causes them to finance our way out of here, whatever that is. Maybe the ensign is the attack. You get, the full-fledged, and we got to get the Israelites out of there. We know who they are. Russia knows who we are. We got to get them out of there. You know what I mean? And if Russia and China and Iran and so on and so forth are all working together, anybody that's attacking this country, I believe that they're going to give the order: don't touch the black people. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. If they're all working together, there's going to be a consensus of, if we're being attacked from the outside, right, by other nations, and it's not just a 9/11. Because here's the thing. I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around. A 9/11 is not American soldiers attacking the people. It's the United States hiring other people to attack its own citizens. You get what I'm saying? And so, all that being said, we could see it all. We could see all angles, like DJ was talking about the haymakers. We could see the haymakers happening from 20 different directions. You know what I'm saying?
Normally, you might
be able
to dodge one, but
right.
You might be
able to duck one and swing back, but you might not. You know what I mean? If you're getting hit from 20 different angles, it's like getting jumped.
Did you talk about?
You know what I'm saying? So can we find the drone thing though? I could find it.
I'm trying to, but I'm not seeing the exact article. Now, I did see about the drone.
The drone wall. We got to talk about this drone wall, y'all. It's gonna blow your mind. But all that being said, we really do think that there is a possibility that it could fly all at once. In which case, we're going to have to move on out of here, because it's going to be unsafe. And seeing as how this judgment, we're not supposed to get caught in the crossfire. We're supposed to be getting out of here so that Yah can handle his business with the rest of this nation, with the rest of his business in concerning the fall of this nation. Excuse me. And so, real quick, we want to. I'm gonna look for it, sweetheart, if because I know exactly what it looks like. Okay. If there's anything that you want to say, sorry if that was random, y'all. Sorry if that was
only
random.
Because I only wanted to look it up first before I spoke on it, because it would be easier for me to explain.
Okay, I'll find it right now. I know exactly where what it was.
Because the question remains, if the airspace over the White House is restricted,
then how could they
then fly? How can these drones still be flying over the White House? Are you sure?
Hold on. It was right in here. I literally read it, and I was reading it to you. I was like, wait, what? What does that mean?
I thought it was from.
It might have been on. It might have been on Dabu.
From Dabu. So
okay, I'll find it. So basically, we can explain it.
I can explain it the best I can, y'all.
Okay.
Because I'm not, the terminology, is I'm not that good with it, but there is an internal program installed in drones, especially the major drone companies that sell the huge drones. They have a program in them that corresponds with a government made restriction, basically.
Right. Like an invisible wall, right? So like if I were to try to fly my drone in a certain area, it will come down because there is some type of I guess it's electron. It's some type of wall, invisible wall, where you are not allowed to, like, it won't allow you to fly your drone in certain areas. Well, the biggest drone company that is Chinese owned, by the way, just it was on Monday. It was last Monday. They reprogrammed their drones, and it's open. You can find it. They reprogrammed their drones to not respond to the invisible wall, which means that they could fly their drones anywhere over anything. So on Monday, they reprogrammed the drones to. You found it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put the link to the video in the chat. Okay, it's like a 3-minute. What? It's a 2-minute video, y'all. We're coming from my cellular device, so I can't really. It'll be hard to put it on there.
I got you.
But what they did was the largest drone company, again, that is Chinese owned. And it's a civilian drone company.
DJI.
DJI.
Yes.
DJI. The company DJI, and it's a civilian drone company, which means that anyone can buy their drones. They reprogrammed their drones to not respond to the invisible walls, right? And so that's force fields. So that's how they did it. They announced it on Monday. On the next day, that woman, the government official, was flying into the United States, into DC, and they had to reroute because there was a drone over the White House. Now, wouldn't you think that the White House, along with military bases and stuff, would be places where that invisible wall would exist? So they tested it. They announced it on Monday that they were reprogramming their drones to not respond to that invisible wall, right? And then on Tuesday, they had a drone over the White House, which means that at any point in time, situation, they can attack. At any point in time, they can attack from above anywhere.
The tone is geofencing.
Geofencing, that's what it is.
Okay, so DJI, the world's largest civilian drone manufacturer, a Chinese-owned company, has reportedly announced it will replace its geofencing system, which is what we were trying to explain. Its geofencing system with official Federal Aviation Administration data for all flight operations in the U.S. And the changes took place Monday. I'm just reading the description of the video. Week before Trump's inauguration, which gives these drones free reign.
They go anywhere.
Free reign. So, I think of the possibility of them containing anything from bioweapons to EMP capabilities to
the fog or being able to spray, because we saw videos of drones spraying
straight up bioweapons.
And I kid you not, y'all, we went to Walmart. It was like a couple of weeks ago. We went to Walmart, and it was us and our 1-year-old went to Walmart. And when I got home, I said, DJ, my throat feels funny. And that night in our sleep, in my baby's sleep, Levi's sleep, he started horse coughing. And I said, I told you my throat felt funny. We went to Walmart, dropped some books off at the library, came home. We ain't touch anything. We ain't do anything aside from, shop. We were outside, came, boom, boom, boom. And then we started feeling bad. The next thing you know, like a week later, everybody was sick. Because we had went outside. I went outside one morning getting ready to go to work, and it was oddly foggy. I opened the door and I'm looking like, okay. Yeah. And so anyways, I went to work, came home, and that's it. We all sick. Yeah. And so I know a lot of people are experiencing that. And no, we did not take any type of lollipop or anything like that. But the point being that if it affected us the way that it did, anybody, the lollipop deactivates, it destroys your T cells, right? And so that's your body's line of defense. That's your body's immune system. And so therefore, if we had taken that and we were sick the way that we were sick, it wasn't like we were, but we were still.
Our bodies was having an immune response.
It was fighting, right? And so if we had taken that, the people, that is a way to depopulate.
Scared.
Because if we didn't have the defense to fight that, we would have been in major trouble, And so, and then the other night I was coming home from work again, and DJ was like, "Babe, be careful because it's really foggy outside. Like the fog is dense." And I got outside and I started trying. I'm like, "It is foggy," but let me tell you this, y'all. So I work 30 minutes from the house. on my, as I got closer to the house, as I got closer to the area. Remember, we live in a military town. Live in, we have an Air Force uh, base in our town. The closer I got to where we live, the thicker and the denser the fog got. And this is no exaggeration. This is no lie. Straight up. Like I'm 30 minutes away and I'm driving. I'm like, it is, man, it's really foggy. Like, this is crazy. But the closer I got, it got so thick. I was like, DJ, I wish I could take a picture. I wish I could show you what my eyes see driving in it, because I'm like, this is so abnormally thick. And it's the middle of the night. It was, I mean, I'm getting home, we shutting down, you work in anybody that's ever worked in a kitchen, that if you're closing down at the end of the night, it may take you an hour and a half to get out. So it's like midnight, right? It's midnight and I'm driving home. Why is it so thick? Why is the fog so thick at midnight? It was crazy. So all that being said, it's happening right now. Things are happening. We're just waiting for that ultimate. I really do believe it's going to be all at once type situation. So, is there anything else that we've been talking about lately, that anything that y'all been experiencing, or chemtrails shortly before the fog? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cause I mean, they spray
and not to mention every single possibility. It's just, we have to be aware, of certain things.
Because it's an any moment thing. It's literally an any moment thing, y'all.
Who knows exactly how things are going to change. We just see that there is a massive amount of potential elements that either one can be a catalyst of a catastrophe, either thing. And what I did want to mention is
how about you love me?
Of course, honey.
Okay.
But the as we're just I don't know, as encouragement, something that's been on my mind is that
no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get off.
Just
sorry, sweetheart.
Just press. That's fine.
Start.
Yeah. Because I don't know if everything is, if we were on a desktop, it might be different. But anyway, Brandy and I are embarking on a lot of new things. And it's I don't know if you all feel the same way, but it's a little difficult to, especially with everything that with everything that you see happening, with everything that you see changing the prices of food and utilities, and for me, it's a little bit difficult to just say, hey, okay, let me try this new thing. Let me try this, or, let's get this new job, or, I just wanted to say that it might be a little bit difficult to be standing in this world and in the future that is that we are going to see for our people very soon, as far as our redemption, as far as our return back to our homeland. It's like I have my feet in two different spots, because it's ready to go to hell in a handbasket. At the same time, I want to walk in the blessings, and I don't want to walk in the curses. I want to try things. I want to succeed, where I didn't think I could before. We are personally going through a renewal, individually and collectively, an internal renewal, a spiritual uplifting. Mm-hmm. It's like our eyes are being able, like we're able to see more, and not just in the world, but in ourselves, mm-hmm. and our potential to do things. As we move throughout this country, we remain aware of what's happening, but we don't want to bury ourselves in all the information and not look out for ourselves, not do something that might be good for us. Now, I'm not saying go and make unwise investments and things like that. You know, whatever you do, you know, you got to keep Yahuwah in your heart and mind. You got to keep what you know in the scriptures in your heart and mind.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open.
Be prepared.
And know, you know, with all the progress that we might make in this country,
take it with
you
us.
better get ready to pivot real fast once it's time to get out of here.
Yep.
And, you know, we can do that. You know, I'm not just going to sit and do nothing until Yahuwah takes us out of here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just all I, you know, want to say. It might be completely unrelated to what we've been talking about.
I think that's a good word. I think that's a good word. You know, you put your feet on, you keep walking forward, and you keep striving, and you know, keep doing whatever it is that Yah is pulling you to do, you know, and whatever things that you accomplish, or if you're in the middle of accomplishing things, like, you know, like I said, for instance, you know, I'm sorry, y'all, that's rude. My eyes itching. You know, I just got a gig at this spot, you know, this fine dining spot, and it's great. But you know, everything that I'm learning up to this point, everything I'm learning, as soon as it's time to roll, I'm taking it. I'm taking it with me, and I'm gonna keep on learning wherever I go, and I'm gonna utilize it, you know, in our nation, for our nation, so on and so forth. And so we just keep walking. We're on the cusp, y'all. We're on the cusp. And it's I mean, we're literally getting ready to cross over into what Yah has moving us on out of here. You know, we do not know time frames, right? We can't give anyone a specific time frame, like tomorrow is it. You know, are we hopeful that this year, in fact, this new year, in fact, is our Jubilee year, and this is the year of our release, the year of Y'all getting us out of here? Absolutely. But we're literally taking it a day at a time. So, you know, what are you saying? It may be difficult to try to live in this country while our mind is on Zion, right? But, you know, we just keep walking forth with our mind on Zion, and when it's time to go, y'all going, let's go. You know, let's pivot, like he said.
Yeah,
I saw something.
There's nothing in this country that's worth staying for. I'll tell you that.
And so what was what Taylor Ministry said? What was the Elon Nazi salute message of white supremacy taking over and about to attack us? It could very well be, because they know the prophecies. They know it so much and so great and so much. They knew so much more than we did, obviously, because we were blinded in part, that when 2020 happened, they knew they had a short amount of time. 2020 happened, and they attempted to off us all, right? They were black and brown people. We need you to get this first, because you guys are the most hit. We need y'all to get this.
We forgot about that.
We need y'all to get this first. As they pushed real hard and they tried to eliminate us, it didn't work. And so if we're going to get chased like Revelation 12, and we're going to be pursued to the point until the devil sees that he cannot pursue us, that he can't touch us, and then he goes to make war with the rest of the saints that keep the commandments, have the testimony of Yahusha and keep the commandments. If they're going to pursue us on out of here, I wouldn't expect that 2020 will be their last time to try to eliminate us as a nation before we leave. They do not want us to leave. They may have a plan in place to say, you know what, this is what we're going to do. This is our final hoorah. We're going to try to get them, so on and so forth. But it's going to fall on their own heads. It's going to lead to their own captivity. They are asking, essentially, they're asking for their own captivity, because for so many reasons, but how just pivoting to the fact that if the Republican Democrat thing even mattered, if it was a real government, they have this House and the Senate, and he's the president, which means that anything they say goes, right? And so there is no vote. There is, how he said, y'all not gonna have to vote again, and so on and so forth. People have to open their ears up and listen to stuff like that. This will be a one government, eventually a one world government. But Teo mentioned, absolutely, it could totally be their signal to, we're getting ready to try, this final time before we can, before they can leave, to try to get them. It's not gonna work, and it may be to fake assassinate Trump to try to get them to look for our guilt. But again, they can't find
Didn't
it
you say
because
that
we ain't got no power to assassinate nobody, you know.
it's
So
like the last stand of Rome?
yeah,
The last stand of Rome, because I kind of translate, you know, Germany to Rome, because I believe Rome and Germany are very close, as far as the history goes, right? All they're doing, what especially with that gesture,
yeah,
is their last stand. I feel like it is the last stand of trying to push forth some dominant or so-called dominant race, and their policies and what they want to do. It's And may I mention especially, and this is the last time I'm about to bring up this man because I'm tired of talking about him, but
I'm tired of it.
all the things that Trump has been saying to revitalize and to bring this country from where, but to bring it into some sort of just, place. He didn't mention anything as far as the peoples who built this country. You know, what about our backs? That was used to build this country. What about the massive amount of communities that were flooded and burned from our people? What about us? What he's mentioning. Yeah, that's fine and dandy, but there's still no justice. So I don't really care, either way. But yeah, I do feel like that, especially the straight up Nazi salute
Yeah,
was
yeah,
was
yeah.
Man, mighty fascists and
And blatant,
yeah,
very blatant,
that was like,
very blatant.
did it make you give you a bad taste in your mouth when you saw it? I'm like, to see Elon Musk move and emote, period,
Yeah,
makes my stomach turn.
Right.
I don't know if that man's human.
Yeah, he probably ain't human. Straight up, when he talk, he trying to figure out how to. He try to say human words.
Right. He's just a massive. Something might be backed up in the translation portion of his brain. He's got a translation portion.
Right.
Might not be going for. Not to talk about anybody. I'm trying to be mature, but
I just want to say, Phantom. I shouldn't even say this. You reminded me. You are right. DJ last night. What were you doing, babe? DJ was doing that. I can't do it. He was dead. He was dancing like Michael Jackson last night. We were having a moment. We have moments.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was leaning. He was leaning over. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah. He was being silly. Anyways, but yes, you're right. And something else I wanted to say about them. I think about them pursuing us. I can't remember what it was. That's okay, y'all. We're going off the cuff. Sometimes the thoughts leave. But
we can't expect these people who have been ruling over us to just relinquish their power.
I remember what it was. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm holding it.
Well, yeah. You say it before you forget.
Well, what I was saying was I was thinking about the whole about our Exodus situation, and we know that we're going to end up in the land. However, yeah, he was leaning. He was doing that thing. What is it? I should put the camera.
No,
I ain't gonna make you do it.
No,
but it's like a thing where you get. I don't know how to do it. Okay, but what I was saying was okay, we know that we're going to exit this out, and we're going to be in the wilderness of the people, And I know there's we speculate we're going to be in a wilderness type situation, or we're going to be amongst the wilderness of the people amongst other nations, until we end up going to Zion, after the purging in the wilderness and everything. And so I was thinking about, and this is just speculation, but I was thinking about the BRICS money, right? And how all these nations are tied, BRICS, and our great substance, right? And so if we were to leave, like say they were to offer like You know how Russia was saying, look, if you want righteousness, if you want normalcy, y'all, look, we open up our borders. Y'all come over here. Y'all are welcome to come over here. Or, you know, what if nations open up their lands or whatever the case? I don't know what the first exodus out of here, refugee situation is going to look like. But if we leave, what if we left with BRICS money? That way that wherever we go, that money is useful. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I mean, Iran, you know, South Africa, Russia, China, not saying we're going to China, but you get what I'm saying. It was just a thought that entered my mind. Like, if we were to leave with BRICS money, that money would be welcome pretty much anywhere that is a BRICS nation. Just a thought, y'all. But okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading. Which is one of these. No, I hear you, but I wouldn't be petitioning. You can't petition a Luciferian to let the very people that they despise and want to destroy go anywhere. You know what I mean? To do anything. It's not going to happen. It's going to be by Yah's might. It's going to be by His arm. It's going to be with fury poured out. It's going to be with judgment. He's going to make them. There's a scripture that talks about He's going to shake them. You know what I mean? And you know, we're going to get that great substance, so on and so forth. And so there's no petition that can be made to this wicked government to make them do what. No, the Most High said the nations, right? The Most High said that the nations are going to bring us back. There's nothing in the word that gives off the thought that Babylon is going to have anything to do with our exodus. There's nothing. She won't repent, right? There's nothing that even says that she's going to be the one to give us any money. You get what I'm saying? It says that we're going to leave a great substance, but that great substance could come from somewhere else, and most likely will. If the nations are bringing us back, if the ships of Tarshish are bringing us back, it's most likely going to be the nations that say, here, and here's we have money for you too. Here, we'll take care of, hey, we'll set you up, hey, so on and so forth. The nations that are helping get us out are most likely going to be the nations that are giving us the funds that we need. You know what I'm saying? So just a thought. And honestly, I don't think the dollar has to collapse at all. It may uphold, for a short bit, or it may not, or maybe it collapses. Either way,
it'll just be worthless.
It wouldn't
in
make
effect, that would be a collapsation.
Yeah, it would be a collapsation, but it would not. I don't think it would be good for us to leave with
something that's worthless.
with dollar bills, because when it does, even if we left and the next day it fell, that means that money, that great substance, is worthless. So therefore, I mean, what was the point? No, whatever Yah gives to us is going to be something that we're going to be able to use for an extended amount of time. And so
when I seen that BRICS currency, I was like, ooh, that looks
right.
Well,
I like that.
What is it?
You know what I mean?
One of those is like $37.
Something like that.
Something
like that.
Don't quote me on that.
Right.
It was as far as the margin of value is great.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and it sounds like especially something backed by gold. You know.
Yeah. That's what So we leave with it, whatever it is.
We just have to. I think that we just have to be open to change.
Yes.
We have to be open to change and not put the way things are going to happen in our small frame of vision, because it could happen any kind of way. I said to a coworker of mine that sometimes success doesn't look the way you think it looks, or sometimes success isn't what you thought it was going to be. But it's success nonetheless. Same thing with this Exodus. It might not look the way and even as far as us, we might have thought it looked one way last year, another way the year before, and a different way now. The point is that we should be humble in our cooperation with the Most High, because He's got it under control. And as I remember maybe a year or two ago, we was talking about the Red Sea complex. Remember that? The Red Sea complex, where you're looking at the Red Sea and the Egyptian soldiers are behind you, running up. And everybody's looking toward Moses like, what you gonna do now? You done let us out here. It's important that we trust Yahuwah in a similar scenario that we're in now. You know, it's incredible the turn that this country has taken in the past 5 years or so, and we just have to be faithful, and
be children. Let y'all lead the way,
because it's important that a parent is understood by their children, but we have to make sure that you know, we have to make sure that we're not overstepping Yahuwah and coming forth with what we think is gonna and how we think is gonna happen. All we know is that
it's gonna happen.
He's faithful. He's faithful to us, and he's not gonna leave us here like this.
No, he's not. And I just wanted to say to only 60 games played. I just wanted to say that I wasn't saying that you are petitioning or anything like that. I was responding to you said that you watched them talk about that, and so my comment was to toward those people that were saying, not to you, not toward you. You know, I mean, I wasn't pointing fingers at you or any disrespect or anything like it at all. What I'm saying is to those people that you watch that are talking about possibly petitioning, you know, that's not going to work. That's not going to do anything for us. Not a march, not a petition, not an X, Y, or Z. Is going to be straight up Yah's hand. And so that's it. That's all. And yeah, we are leaving with great substance. It doesn't mean that great substance is, again, coming from this nation. That great substance may well come from the nations that are helping us to exit, you know, to Exodus. And I didn't see that about Africa wanting to give America $1 billion, and the U.S. said no. The blacks in America, I didn't see that. No. And yeah, Phantom. Yeah, one day it was chill, and then the next day everybody had to go. And so, you know, honestly, we're down for that. We are ready. Right. You know, we are ready. Like, let's go.
Everything that we do is under the scope of the fact that, you know, we have to, you know, dip off. We have to pivot real quick.
Yeah. We're ready.
You know,
we're definitely ready and hopeful, and, you know, and just feeling a renewal. And, you know, again, you know, we had a lot going. We have a lot going on. We are a family of 8. You know, we have 6 children. You know, and we have a lot on our plate. You know, and with that, and so we, you know, with the ins and outs of life and everything, you know, we've taken time to just really focus on, you know, our family, and just, you know, kind of, what is it? Kind of almost like, you know, it's always an adjustment, you know, when you have children and jobs and, you know, so on and so forth, but also just taking the time to be quiet so that we can hear y'all, so that we can grow. Because if anybody that's a real person, and that's actually, it has a humble spirit, you can honestly say that there are places that you have to grow. And sometimes when you spend a lot of time conversing, and I you know, and I shared this on Facebook, sometimes you spend a lot of time conversing and you know, or, you know, speaking, or so on and so forth, and, you know, and then with the hustle and bustle of life combined and everything, that it's harder for you to focus on the areas that you need to go. It's harder to hear Yah. And so instead
of being Hebrew projections,
we're Hebrew reflections. Hebrew reflections. Yes.
Lately.
Hebrew reflections.
That's what we have.
And so sometimes you got to back up, you know, and you got to cut out the noise. And it's not because of lack of love or anything. It's just because we have to grow. And where Yah is taking us, you know how DJ was talking about that, it seems like there's a renewal happening within inside of us. And, you know, our vision is like, it's like you can see a future out there, you know, now versus, you know, I'm sure the lives that our people have lived, which is like, this is it, you work, you work hard, you raise your children, you know, you make sure you under the blood of Yahushua and you die. And that's just the life in this country. It's like, God's allowing us to see further. Like, it's like there's so much awaiting us, you know. And so all that being said, there needed to be growth. And I can speak for myself. There needed to be growth in me, you know. And so being quiet has helped me to hear y'all and hear and see, be real with myself and be like, okay, there's things that I need to address. You know, there's things that, you know, y'all wants to heal and work on. And, you know, there's personality, there's all kinds of, and taking that time has really helped me to feel new. Yeah, well, you know, and you're always, it's a freshness, and you're always going to grow because, you know, according to the word that Yahushua is going to continue to work on us until the day, you know, that he comes. You get what I'm saying? And so it's a continuous work. Now, there are some people that feel like they don't need no work. They don't need any work. And I can't believe I said that. I'm sorry. I'll tell y'all a story in a second, but there are people that feel like they don't need any work, and that's scary. And that's not a person that I want to particularly be around. You know, that's a side note. You know, we all have work that needs to be done on us, and it's continual, and that growth is continual. And so I'm just grateful for the time that I just hushed up, you know what I mean, so that y'all could point some things out to me. And I'm, you know, it's Mr. Lee. And it's still a growing that's happening. So I'm thankful. So just wanted to say that I love y'all. You know, Mr. Lee is here. Oh, Levi. Say hi, Lee.
Say hey.
Say hey, Lee.
Say hey, Lee.
That's Levi.
Yeah, powerhouse right here.
Yeah. He ain't gonna go.
Nah, he ain't gonna. He doesn't allow me to sit down.
Lee. Thank you, Lee. He gives good hugs.
But we just wanted to. We didn't want to come on and update you all on everything that's happening in the world, you know, because y'all already know what's going on.
We just want to give our perspective.
We just want to talk about it, and that's kind of what this platform was meant for from the beginning.
Yeah, just the fellowship and talk,
to talk about stuff. You talk about our deliverance, talk about the course of this country and our course as people, you know, with no pressure. You know, we don't claim to be anybody, you know, except some people who see what's happening and wants to get an overall, you know, view of how you see things, you know, being part of the awakening, and just wanted to provide a place to express yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, all computers are connected to. So yeah, that's why we haven't, you know, we're really living, you know, a real, you know, life. He's gonna snatch that down, and
yeah, he probably
this video in a chaotic fashion.
Thank y'all. Yeah, that's our little Lee.
Yeah, he'll grab us. You see that? You see?
No, that was me.
Oh no.
But we just wanted to tell y'all that, you know, and there's a lot been going on in a community and stuff like that. And, you know, we peep and we watch, and we just, you know, it's a little rough in these, you know, in these situations and stuff like that. But, you know, we just, you know, trust in y'all, you know, and that's what we're supposed to do. We put it in y'all's hands and let y'all handle it, and, you know, and everything. And, yeah, you got it, Lee. You got it. It's your word. It's your word. Yeah, so but we're thankful that y'all came and spent time with us. And yeah, Levi is like the size of a 2-year-old, and he just made me. He's like a third my height. I'm super short, y'all. I'm like 5'1". I'm gonna be honest, I'm like 5'1". But okay, he's
destruction mode.
Yeah, but you know, hopefully we can you know, even if it's, you know, once a week or so, you know, whenever we have some extra time just to come chop it up with y'all, we'd love to make it more than a once in a blue moon type thing, you know. But yeah, sorry, rubber band on my finger. There you go. All right, y'all.
He's not gonna
Well,
let me
well,
sit
that's
down.
it's good to see y'all too. It's good to see everybody. I just want to say this though, y'all, we're right there. We're right there, and we're just gonna keep walking in faith. Let's walk in joy. Let's walk in expectancy. Let's just make sure that we're prepared in any way that we need to be. If you got that extra bag packed, got the bag packed, you got whatever you need in your house, just in case it look. We may not have to be holed up for 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 months. Well, you may, if it pops off out there, who wants to go out there? So just make sure you got a couple of weeks worth of food and water in the house, and we're going to make it out of this thing. The Most High is going to rescue us. He's going to deliver us, and we're going to exit on out of here. And so, just be in joy, y'all. Be happy, and let's finish this out and get up on out of here. And that's pretty much all we wanted to say. That is our perspective on what's currently happening. And
Thank you for tuning in.
right, thank you. And we'll just wait and see. It's a day-to-day thing. So stay away from them FEMA cabs. Yep. So we just it's a day-to-day, it's an hour-by-hour thing. So y'all, let's just stay watchful, but stay joyful, and let's get ready to roll on out. So just want to say that we love y'all. Peace. You want to bend down? There you go.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and just kicking it with us just for a little bit. And
say bye, Lee.
Say bye. See y'all very soon. Thank y'all for what I'm saying, coming through, listening to my parents talk.
Holla.
Let me get over here.
Right. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all take it easy. Say bye, Lee.
Peace out, y'all.
All right, bye, y'all.